Joining me now to discuss this, political commentator Tan Smith. Hello, Tan. Thanks for joining us on the programme. I wonder what your thoughts are about this unfolding story. Of course, we have to say, yet again, reiterate that Russell Brand denies every single one of these allegations. But we had one of the lead investigative reporters on The Times in the studio at the beginning of the show this afternoon, and he talked about the rumours that were being concurrently investigated by The Times, the Sunday Times and Channel 4. In the end, once they all found out what each other was doing, they decided to pool resources and do one investigation. But it doesn't seem like a concerted attempt by the media to take him down, much more, according to The Times, that they couldn't ignore the story any longer.
Yeah, I think it's really important to also look at the society in which Russell Brand, the accusations against Russell Brand have come to light. You've got to look at the fact that almost every other week we have a police officer accused of sexual crimes. There's currently 56 MPs under investigation for sexual crimes. Even the head of state, the King, is trying to rehabilitate the image of his brother, who again accused of sexual crimes. And I think we live in a society where the possibility of a man's life being ruined is more important, or seen as more important, than the reality of a woman's life being ruined by sexual crimes. And men's testimony is routinely believed when women's isn't. And that's a real problem. And I think it's really interesting that he established himself on kind of independent media. That's a place where you're not subject to scrutiny. That's a place where you can control the narrative. And it's also quite interesting that that came about around the time that the Times started this investigation around 4 years ago. If there was someone that was quite, trying to maybe get around this, then they would probably move into the wellness area, which is usually rife with, unfortunately, nowadays, conspiracy theories. And unfortunately, with the footballification of politics also, there's all the kind of culture war aspect, which kind of has undermined truth. And that's a real problem. But when you look at the culture that I talked about earlier, it's so easy for somebody that might want to perpetrate this type of crime to, get away with it. And it's also going to really discourage women from wanting to speak out about it too.